During silent reading, I started making that goose sound. Hi friends! For those of you who don't know me, I have kind of a dark sense of humor. I just wanted to share some of those stories with you guys because I found it hilarious this week in particular. I don't know if you will, but I enjoy laughing at myself almost dying. So here we go. This week I had an unpleasant reminder that I often choke on nothing. I'll explain that more in a minute, but it ended up with my mom calling 911 trying to save me. Before I get into that story though, I just want to give you some background on it. After reflecting to myself on everything this week, I realized this is a recurring pattern and I've choked a lot of times. And by choking, I mean I literally can't breathe. Something in my windpipe is just nope. For example, one of my few memories from when I was really young is of me getting the Heimlich maneuver from my mom and bread flying out of my mouth because she saved me basically. I had bread in my throat. You know, tiny me was very confused why he couldn't keep eating the bread after, so I was just probably reaching for it and my mom was like, no, you just choked, I just saved your life, please don't do that. This confusion is the part that's the recurring pattern. This week when it happened, I was just calmly drinking water, as you have to do every day. I was just calmly drinking water, and when I swallowed, I could feel my windpipe just closing, and then it just went from, 0 to 100 real fast. That meme works. It was definitely not reopening either. I began to gasp for air like a freaking goose. If you've choked before and done that, you know what I'm talking about. I could demonstrate for it, but I don't know. I don't want my family members to hear and come in and think I'm dying. Basically, it's just but louder and more squeaky, like a damn goose. As I was doing that, I started motioning to my mom not to call 911 because I could see her reaching for the phone, and I was just choking and just telling her no. Let's let that sink in for a moment. What kind of weirdo tells someone don't call 911 even though I'm dying right now? Okay, Mom, it's okay. Let's just put the phone down and just let me suffer through this. I think I'll eventually live. Maybe I'll just pass out and my body can deal with it without me having to be conscious for it. But it's gonna work out either way. But no, of course she didn't listen to me because she's my mom. I even ripped her off of me as she was giving me the Heimlich maneuver. What is wrong with me? How could I be that used to choking? It's not like I had a death wish or something. I just literally thought, okay, I've done this multiple times before. It's felt the same. Felt like I was almost gonna die. I'm gonna probably make it, so let's just not save me just in case. That's clearly not logical thinking, but I swear a bunch of stuff ran through my head in that moment, and that was definitely the main one, as I kept preventing her from saving me. But eventually I had to submit because moms have the ultimate power, and she's more stubborn than I am sometimes, probably when it comes to saving my life, which is a good thing. All of that was from a tiny, tiny droplet of water. I don't even know if it got in my windpipe. I'm pretty sure it just brushed past it and it just caused this whole fiasco to happen. And it basically ended with my brother coming in, trying to help, and talking to the people, the operator, 911 operator, and then my mom taking over when I start breathing again, and saying oh, no, it's okay now, you don't have to send an ambulance over here. I don't know if they'd even come in time anyway. Basically, she sat down and shouted at me, how many times do I have to save your life? Because it's true. I've scared the living shit out of way too many people because of this. For example, when I was in 5th grade, during silent reading, I started making that damn goose sound really loudly because I did the same thing. I drank water and something happened, and my body just was like, oh, he's drowning. Time to turn off the lung situation and make you gasp for air. Clearly, that's not something you want to see while you're trying to enjoy a light novel. Just some tiny, short kid making really disturbing goose noises in a silent classroom. Another time recently, I had just been on the phone with my brother, and it happened again. I was just breathing. Like, just breathing. I think I breathed the wrong way. I had just gotten over, like, influenza, so I'm sure I could have had something in my throat. But hey, I didn't die, so I don't think I actually did. I just must have been, my body was overreacting. But anyway, I had to chuck the phone across my bed as I was talking to him. Probably scared the shit out of him because all he probably heard was just me going like, and then throwing the phone and just like, because the phone slapped everywhere against the bed. I just like ran away by myself to the bathroom in case anything happened. Yeah, I didn't want them to have to hear me making the goose noises, basically. That just must be the moral of the story. That goose noises coming from a human mouth is embarrassing. Basically, you get the pattern. Are you a fellow goose derp choker? Let me know in the comments. Or send this to one of your friends that scared the living shit out of you as well. Speaking of which, please research on how to save people when they are choking either with like an object lodged in their throat. So my mom had to like bend me over upside down and like smack me on the back and then like do the Heimlich maneuver, which I didn't know also works for water. Apparently it does. I'll leave some diagrams. You should probably know, in case someone's dying, they need your help. You can actually save a life in a real situation that doesn't involve someone's windpipe just spasming for no reason on nothing. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my dark sense of humor. If you like this video, please click the subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all soon.
Aside from my soul.